G'day everybody. Now I want to talk about mail-in and why it's good to have good neighbours when it comes to mail-in systems. As constantly we have new people doing new jobs and fuck-ups happen, right? And sometimes mail's very important. People get sent cards, notifications about money, need to come here to get this, all that kind of stuff. So you want mail-in things to be right and precise. Now, recently, which I've been studying a lot of things, and Emma just reminded me as I've asked her to go get my mail a lot in the last year or so, as I've been having problems with when I go out the front, right? And so to avoid certain things, I get other people for me to do things at the moment until an issue is 100% solved. Right? And so when it comes to the mailing, sometimes we get other people's mail in your letterbox. Right? And you go, oh, that's not right. How could you not see that? Is it lazy mailmen that like to just go, oh, I'm not going to go back over here. I'll put it in here and hopefully they'll get their mail and they're good neighbours and stuff like that. Or do they just lazy and just throw in things in glasses and stuff like that? Right? How do mistakes happen? Right? On drugs. Could have been on drugs. Didn't see the numbers properly. Things like that. And Emma had to put some mail into someone else's mailbox. We're assuming that it was because of the name and how people are. And that's, as humans, we assume and we see and we judge. And that's why it's good to put out certain things and why we have certain looks and stuff like that. It helps us find out what group we're from and all that kind of thing. It's all a good thing. And she had to give a neighbour on this side, I'm pretty sure, some mail. So she'll have her fingerprints on it. She had to pull it out of ours and put it into theirs. Now, when you do a job like that, but it's not your job, so that's why it's good for people to have these jobs to do it right. Now you've got your fingerprints on it, and you could be involved if they've got a good lawyer about what could happen to that mail. So if they decided to do something else with that mail and set someone up as well, you can have mail people that might even try to do that to certain people or groups. And so how do we avoid that to happen? Because we all know, and with my study lately, to do good in a world that's already corrupted, you expect to get a lot more worse, right? Which is what I'm talking about with my story, and a lot of holy stories it does, because holiness needs to come in a corrupted world, right? And so how could you fix that? Well, hopefully I've got a few things I can say if I get into politicians on how exactly to fix that. So I have a plan, as they say. And without a plan, you get nowhere, do you? You'll be like, how can we fix it? I say a lot of times at the moment, how can we fix it? Because I want other people who have these jobs to realise where the things are lied at. I can't fix it as one individual, right? But I have answers for all the things I've asked for. But I want to know, what answers do you have? And why don't you? You see, I'm trying to communicate out there, if the algorithms are set up right, which is what the government's talking about here, how to get people to see the right areas and get the conversation going. That's a little bit like what news does and why news is out, to get the right ways going, not to get involved in the bullshit. But anyway, have a good one, everybody. And so I thought I'd just mention about a good deed that Emma did and about how good deeds can go wrong and where does the problem lie at. And it lies collectively, right? And that's why we have certain jobs for certain people, because monkeys are better off like that, to make it simple. I'm not saying you're monkeys, but to make things more simpler, it's better off that you get good at one thing. That's why we have professionals as a plumber and stuff like that. And we still can't even achieve that, as we're still studying, like they say, when it comes to practitioners, right? Until we get a professional, like a lot of people would say, what is a professional, when we haven't studied everything fully? What's a professional doctor when we don't know our human body for real, right? There isn't. It's practitioner, closest to the best of what's around. That is professional. Closest to the best that's around. But it's not professional, right? That's a very rare sector, right? The professional is a person who can make a TV exactly how that is. He can make NYPD Blue TV X67 professionally every time. He doesn't make bad products. There's professional, right? And how many companies can even do that, right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So hopefully you guys, what's the best thing in a corrupted world? Is it really good to do good deeds? And if you do good deeds, and if I'm right, that means you need backup when you do. Otherwise, you'll be left all by yourself. So you got to make sure your backups yourself, which is a lot of intelligence and practice and skill, right? Or other people that has that as well, that you can use, which we have the internet to help you with knowledge to fight back when it comes to that. you use certain things, phone a friend, as they say. So have a good one out there, everybody, and see you later. Hey, Frankie, I'll give you some food now, buddy. Come down. They're starting to get to the point where they will eat out of your hand and stuff with Emma, isn't it? Yeah, he's still here. And I just hang about them and walk around, and I can be up to a metre. No worries around a lot of them now. As they're doing, as they're getting to know connection and what our connection is, and they like it. And so they're choosing. I haven't forced them into anything. And that's what all connection should be like. Anyway, have a good one and see you later. And the best way to connect is to be something that they want, right? And these guys, to me, I'm connecting through food, as I'm making food easier for them and their life easier in many ways by supplying food, and then to wait a little bit and take the risk and hope that I'll be a good fella and I'm not here to trap them or hurt them. They do what they do, you see. Have a good one and see you later.